Hello everyone. Today inshallah we will proceed our lesson 11.9, which is talking about solving multiplication and division equations. But today we will focus more on fractions and decimal. In the beginning, let's just review. When we have a multiplication equations, like when a variable is multiplied to a number equals to 21, and we mentioned that to undo multiplication, you need to use division. So, to undo multiplying by 3, you need to divide by 3. I want you to focus that we don't write it in this way. You need to write it in a fraction form. So, 3 divided by 3, it equals to 1. So we have x only in this side, while the second side we have 21 over 3, which means 7, because 21 over 3, it means 21 divided by 3. And also we mentioned when you have a division equation like y divided by 5 equals to 8. Also, to undo the division, you need to use multiplication. So I'm gonna multiply both sides by 5 by 5. So 5 up and 5 down will cancel each other. We have y left, and 8 by 5 is 40. And that's it. Now, what do we do if the variable was multiplied by a fraction, like 2 over 3 of x equals to 8? Do I multiply by the 3? Do I divide by 2? What do I have to do? In the beginning, let's just review something called reciprocal. The reciprocal of a fraction, it means the same fraction but flipped upside down. So the reciprocal of 2 over 3 is 3 over 2. Now you are asking yourself, what is the purpose of this? The purpose of this, that when you multiply the fraction by its reciprocal, you will get always 1. What? How is that? Let's see. You know, in multiplication, I don't have to do same denominators. We just multiply normally. 3 by 2 is 6, and 2 by 3 is also 6. So 6 over 6, it equals to 1, because it means 1 whole. Any number above itself equals to 1. 3 over 3, 6 over 6, Hashem over Hashem, it's always equals to 1. Did you get my point? So let's go back to my equation. I have 2 over 3x equals to 8. I want to get rid of the 2 over 3 and have the x by itself. So all what do I have to do is to multiply it by its reciprocal, which means the fraction but flipped upside down. So we have 3 over 2. And remember, when you do something to a side, you have to do the same thing to the second side to keep the equation balanced. Now, 3 by 2 is 6, and 2 by 3 is also 6. So we have 6 over 6, which equals to 1, as we did here. So we will get the x by itself. And also, you can do it in this way. You cancel the 3 with the 3, because 1 is up, 1 is down. The 2 with the 2. What do I have left here? We have x. Again, if you don't want to do it like this, it's okay. Just multiply 3 by 2, which is 6. 2 by 3 is 6. And the 6 will go with the 6, because 6 over 6 equals to 1 whole. So I'll have the x by itself. While the second side, do you remember how to multiply a whole number by fraction? We put it over 1 and we multiply normally. 8 by 3 is 24, and 1 by 2 is 2. And I have 24 over 2, which means 24 divided by 2, which means 12. Let's check this. The equation was 2 over 3x equals to 8. By the end, we got x equals 12. So let's just replace x by 12 and check. 2 over 3 times 12. Right? Because we know when there is no operation, it means multiplication. Does it equal to 8? The second side? Let's see. So we can put it over 1. 12 by 2, it's 24. And 3 over 1 is just 3. Not over, I meant 3 times 1. Now we have 24 over 3, which means 24 divided by 3, and it's 8. Does it equal to the second side? Yes, it is. As simple as this. Okay. Let's practice more in this idea. I want to solve question number 15. We have 15 equals to 3 over 5s. So, my variable is s. To keep the s isolated, you need to cancel the 3 over 5. How to cancel it? You use the reciprocal. What is the reciprocal of a 3 over 5? Yes, you are right. It's 5 over 3. And don't forget to do the same thing to the second side to keep it balanced. Now, cancel the 5 with the 5, the 3 with the 3. What do I have left? I have only s. While the second side, you put it over 1. 15 times 5, which is 75, over 3. 75 divided by 3. What's 7 divided by 3? How many 3's are there in the 7? There are 2. 2 by 3 is 6. You subtract, it's 1. You need to put the 5 down. 15 divided by 3 is 5. 5 by 3 is 15. So s equals to 25. Let's check this. You write your equation as it is. 15 equals to 3 over 5s. We got the value of s equals to 25. So you need to replace s by 25. So 25 by 3 is 75. And 5 times 1 is 5. Is 75 over 5 equals to 15? Yes, because how many 5's are there in 75? There are 15. Since 15 times 5 is 75, so 15 equals to 15. Okay, let's move to question number 10, which includes a decimal number. 14.75 equals to q over 7. So the variable has been divided by 7. To get rid of it, you need to undo it by multiplying by 7. And don't forget to do the same to the second side. As we have 7 up, 7 down, you cancel them. What do I have left here? I have only q equals to, what's 14.75 times 7? So 5 by 7 is 35. 5 down and a 3 up. 7 by 7 is 49 plus 3, it's 52. And don't forget to place the decimal point down. Okay, then 7 by 4 is a 28. 28 plus 5 is 33. 3 and a 3 up. 7 by 1, 7 plus 3 is 10. So my answer is 103.25. Okay, the last question, question number 16. 18.6 equals to 2.4 t, which means 2.4 times t. In order to cancel this, you need to divide by 2.4 and the second side by 2.4. Please remember, when you divide, you need to write it in a fraction form. So we cancel it like this. We have now 18.6 divided by 2.4. And as we remember, in the divisor, I can't have a decimal number. So you need to move the decimal point one scoop here and one scoop. I mean by scoop, which means a digit. So we have 186 divided by 24. Let's use long division. So 186 divided by, I'll get more space, divided by 24. So I'll ask myself, how many 24s are there in 186? Let's try number 7. 24 by 7. 7 by 4 is 28. 7 by 2 is 14 plus 2, 16. 168. 186, which is 168, which is closed enough. Now we subtract. 6 minus 8, it doesn't work. This becomes 6, 7, and this becomes 16. 16 minus 8 is 8. 7 minus 6 is 1, and here is 0. So, do you remember that when we have a remainder, what do? Yes, you're right. We place a decimal point up, and we add a 0 here. Now, how many 24s are there in 180? The same, it's gonna be 7. And 7 by 24, it's 168. So subtract 0 minus 8, it doesn't work. You need to put 0. This becomes 7. This becomes 10. 10 minus 8 is 2. And 7 minus 6 is 1. And here is 0. Again, we have a remainder. You place another 0. And divide again. How many 24s are there in 120? There are 5. Let's check. 24 times 5. 5 by 4, it's a 20. 5 by 2 is 10 plus 2, 12. So 120. And that's it. So the value of the variable t equals to 7.75. Remember, nothing is hard. You just need to practice. Okay. Now in question 17, they ask you, which of the numerical values 6, 9, or 12 is the solution of the equation? It means if I replace x by one of these values and I multiply by 12, it's going to be 108. So all what I have to do is to check them. 12x equals 108. Let's try to replace the x by 6. And when x equals 6, is 12 times 6 equals to 108? Let's check. 12 times 6, it's 12. 6 by 1 is 6 plus 1 is 7. So no, it's not. Let's try this time. When x equals to 9, is 12 times 9 equals to 108? I guess yes, it's right. 9 by 2 is 18 and 9 by 1 is 9 plus 1 is 10. So that's right. So which one of these numbers, 6, 9, or 12, is a solution for this equation? The answer is x equals to 9. Okay. Which of the numerical values 170, 200, and 230 is the solution for the equation y over 10 equals 17? So which number, if I replace it by y, is going to be a solution? Actually, it's so clear that y equals 170. Why? Because if you try to replace it, 170 divided by 10, we cancel the 0 with the 0. 17 divided by 1 is 17, which equals to the second side. So the solution for this equation is y equals to 170. Okay. Let's move to solve the word problems. Question number 19. Roman wants to divide his training labs equally over 4 days. Okay, let's take a look at the schedule. So Roman, he swam 200 laps per a week. طبعا the week, it doesn't mean that he practicing every day, which means 7 days. Maybe he swam for 3 days, for 4 days. Okay, so let's proceed. Roman wants to divide his training laps equally over 4 days. So we know now that he swam for 4 days. Do I know how many laps did he cross each day? No, I don't know. So it means 4 times m. Why times m? Because he was swimming every day. So 4 times m equals to, what is the total number of laps that he swam at? It's 200. So equals to 200. Write and solve an equation. We already wrote the equation to find the number of laps he swam every day. So in order to see how many laps he swam every day, we need to solve this equation. Since we have 4 times m, we need to undo this by dividing by 4. I wrote it in a fraction form. You cancel them. M equals, what's 200 divided by 4? You're right, it's 50. Because 50 times 4 equals to 200. Which means that Roman, he swam 50 laps per day, each day. Okay. So here we saw that 50 per day. Okay, question number 20. Another swimmer, Sarah, swam laps Take a look, we don't have Sarah over here. The number of laps she swam, do I know it? No, it's unknown. So let's write S. This is not 5, okay? It's S. Divided by the number of laps Kristen swam. The number of laps Kristen swam, which means 60. They told me divided by the number Kristen swam, yani divided by 60, is equal to 2. So equals to 2. How many laps did Sarah swim? So I need to find S. Again, it's very easy and normal equation. Since the S is divided by 60, you need to multiply here by 60 to undo it and multiply the second side. Cancel this with this. We have S left equals to, what's 2 times 60? It equals to 120. So Sarah has swum 120 laps per day. Wow. Okay. Question number 21. Samantha swam 24 laps each day for 3 days. Okay. So it's too easy to calculate how many how many laps she swam in these 3 days. So we have 24 times 3, which equals to 72 laps in 3 days. Okay, let's proceed. She wants to divide the rest of her laps. Okay, how can I calculate the rest of her laps? Taking a look at this schedule, we see that Samantha, she swam a total of 100 laps. So 100 laps, and she already swam 72 laps in the first 3 days. So to get the rest, you need to subtract, right? So what's 100 minus 72? It is 18. No, it's a 28. 28 laps. What did I write? So 28 laps left. Okay. So she wants to divide the rest of her laps, which means the 28, equally over 2 days. So the 28 laps equally over 2 days. Or I can write it in a fraction form. So 28 laps per 2 days, it means 14 laps per 1 day. Okay, I think that's enough for today. But before I finish, I want to tell you something. Yesterday, while I was checking your homework, your assignment, the answers of the worksheet, I noticed that most of you are writing the answers mentally without doing these steps. As I told you, it seems clear, and it is clear, but we have to write down all the steps because these are the basic steps that we should learn it. Later we will learn how to solve more complicated equations, so we want to make sure that you know how to do these steps very well. Now please move to Khan Academy. You will see online assignment over there. Also, you have to solve in your practice book. Page, the page which is related to the lesson 11.9. I hope this video was helpful for you. Thank you so much for listening and have a nice day.